So, my issues with Ohsay Duke Jackson, coming right up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense, Logic, and Reason. And as always, I want to say thank y'all for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. Now, Ohsay Duke Jackson is a very prominent person on YouTube. You know, he's been named as one of the originators of the Black Manosphere, and it's basically a group of men on YouTube, and specifically surrounding a lot of red pill content. Now, he's put out a lot of information, a lot of content over the years. I know he's responsible for bringing in Kevin Samuals. Big ups for that one. And like I said, I watch a lot of his content, and he put out a lot of good information. However, there were 3 issues that I have with Ohsay Duke Jackson. Now, the first issue that I have with him is the low-key race hustling. Now, as y'all know, I don't like race hustling. I can't stand race hustlers. You know, so do not bring any race hustling to me, because you can take that somewhere else. As they say, miss me with it. Okay, because there's no need for black people to be crying about racism and white supremacy and all this other nonsense in 2021 going into 2022. It's ridiculous. Now, Ohsay Duke Jackson, he's not one of those overt racists like L. Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, you know, Roland Martin, Mark Lamont Hill. He's not one of those people who basically makes a living off of crying about racism. However, he does hype race like most black folks, because then most blacks are low-key race hustlers, believing that America is a racist society, racism. You know, they'll cry racism about something or try to inject racism in something that's not. Now, the problem though with the low-key race hustling is that it's just as bad as an overt race hustling. You may not see it as often, and it may not be as outright, but it's just as bad because it does the same thing. Keeps black folks angry and enraged about race. It's just stupid. And it's not helping black people at all. You know, you get, especially by somebody who's calling themselves a pro-black. You can't call yourself a pro-black and then cry about racism and it's doing something that's anti-black and that's something that's harming blacks. So really, my biggest issue with him is if it's the race hustling, just stop it. The low-key race hustling, there's no need for it. Again, you're doing very well for yourself. There's a lot of other blacks out here doing very well for themselves. Tell black people to become successful in how you've done it, and not tell them they can't, you know. Now, my second issue with Ohsay Duke Jackson is the messiness. Again, I don't know him. Let me just say this. I don't know Ohsay. I've never met him, never talked to him. And all I know is from the videos that I've seen and a few responses from him I got about when I commented on his videos. But beyond that, I don't know him. However, based upon what I can see, he comes off as one of those dudes who likes to be involved in drama and mess like females. And again, this is just me, what I've seen. Just based off what I've seen in his videos. A lot of his titles, you read his titles, he just comes off as one of those mess-ass dudes. And like I said, I can't stand the females that's always caught up in mess like that. Damn sure can't stand no dude that's doing it. And why I say this? Well, it comes down to listen to a person's voice. If you ever hear a person's voice, you hear their voice, but you don't see their face. Oftentimes what people would do is they will associate a person that they know, or that they've known, that sounds like the person, you know, has the same speech patterns or whatever. And from all the dudes that I've known that Ohsay Duke Jackson sounds like, acts like, it's generally the messy dudes. Those dudes, like I say, just always involved in some drama and mess like a female. And again, like I say, I don't know if this is true. This is just based off of my intuition, based off of what I've heard from him. I could be totally wrong. But I'm willing to bet more than likely I'm right in some fashion about that. Because I've done it before. It's not something, like I said, it's not something that I've just done once with him. I've done this before, and more often than likely it turned out to be correct. Now, my third issue with Ohsay Duke Jackson is the hypocrisy. Again, I as I've said before, there's two things that I can't stand besides the messiness and the race hustle. It has the BSing, people who BSing, and even worse, hypocrites. I can't stand hypocrites, and that's why I can never be a leftist, because these people are just hypocrites like there's no tomorrow. Now, Ohsay Jackson is noted for saying that if you are a black person and if you're with a white person or somebody who's not black, you shouldn't be allowed to speak on black issues. I say that's BS. Get anybody to speak on a black issue. You don't have to be black to see, okay, what's going on. And if that's the case, then by that same logic, if black folks can't, if a white person can't speak on a black issue, or you have to be married to a black person to speak on a black issue, then you must either have to be white or married to a white person to speak on a white issue. And black people speak on white issues all the damn time. All right, any black person who cries white privilege is speaking on the white person issue, an issue that you don't know about because you've never lived the white experience. Anyway, how can Ohsay Jackson say that? That's a very racist thing. You know, to tell a black person that you have to be married to another black person. If you're married to a white person, you can't speak on black issues. Is very racist. So then how can you cry about racism all the time and be such a racist? Because that's a very racist statement, and really we black people need to be held accountable to their racism. You know, they call white people racist, everything under the sun. Well, then you start calling black people racist for the racist things that we as a race say and do. Again, it's on the right. I can't stand hypocrites. But like I said, beyond that, like, he's put out some great content. Have nothing against Ohsay Jackson as a person. He's not a bad dude. But these are really just my three issues that I have with him, and people will disagree. Again, it's not, I didn't say your issues or someone else's issues. It's just my issues. You can have issues with him that are completely different. Hell, you can have issues with me. That's your preference, and everyone's allowed to have their preference. But like I say, these are just my three issues that I have with Ohsay Jackson that I've seen, and that's just my opinion, mine. But anyway, y'all, as always, until next time.